Hello and welcome to Stir Crazy Arts Classes lesson number 5. Today we're going to look at the eye levels and vanishing points and perspective. So to start off with, we're going to look at a picture here of someone sitting on the beach, and as they look out to the sea, lovely calm day, the sea and the sky at one point come together. Where they come together, that is your eye level. It's your eye level. If someone's standing next to you, theirs would be different, even though we're looking at a similar scene. You can see the side of the boat, but you can't see in it. You can see the cliffs and the land. And up in the sky, you've got the birds. But less land, less sea and more sky. Now then, imagine that you've been very cheeky and taken a step ladder along to the beach with you, and you've climbed up the step ladder and you look out to sea again. And what's happened now is your eye level is higher. Consequently, where the sea and the sky come together, it's higher up, so you see more sea, less sky. You can see inside the boat, you can see more green land there, and also it would look as though the birds are lower down as well. So your relationship to your surrounding is very important, and it's governed, what you see is governed by your eye level. So now we're going to do some exercises which will help to show you how it all works. So we've got a nice clean piece of paper here. You'll need a ruler. If you haven't got a ruler, you can cut out a piece of card and make a straight edge to do this. Now, I've already drawn this little character here who's standing on the road. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be looking down the road. You're standing in the road, being naughty, of course, mind the cars. And there will be 5 lampposts, all the same height and all equally spaced apart. But, as you will see, because they're going away from you, their relationship changes, and it tells you your relationship to them. So first of all, I'm going to draw a horizontal line. Now, I'm going to do these lines a little bit heavier, but I want, if you keep these at this stage light, so I'm going to do this line here. Hope you can see that. And at one end, I'm going to draw a dot, and that's what we call the vanishing point. That's where the horizontal lines above your eye levels and below your eye levels come together, and that's also on the horizon line. So what I'm going to draw is a line from that dot to your feet, and I'm going to draw next to you a lamppost. Now I want the lamppost, obviously lamppost excuse me, will be higher than you and also coming below where your feet are down here. So there's the lamppost here. I'm going to call it lamppost number 1. And we're going to draw a line from the top of the lamppost down to the vanishing point. Again, keep your line light, excuse me, get my words on a twist here. Now then, to start off with, we're going to draw lamppost number 5. So this is going to be the furthest lamppost. You can already see how much smaller it is than lamppost number 1. And can you see how this angle changes? Because it's higher above your eye level than your feet are on the ground. This is a gentler slope, where this one is much sharper. Now then, I want you to draw lamppost number 3. How do we do that? Now I want you to put a dot along here where you think the middle is in perspective terms between lamppost number 1 and lamppost number 5. Now I'm going to show you how to do it. Go from the top of lamppost number 1, or the bottom of number 5, down to the bottom of number 1, and the other way round. And can you see where they cross? In perspective terms, doing the vertical line here is the halfway spot between 1 and 5. look at the difference there is between there and there. It's amazing, isn't it? Now then, what I want you to do is to draw lamppost number 2. Number 2 is between 1 and 3. Let's see if you can do that by yourself before I show you how to do it. I hope you've got this right. From the top of lamppost 3 down to the bottom of lamppost 1. Again, my line is heavy. Keep yours light, because otherwise you won't be able to see what I've been doing. Steady the ruler. Now be careful, because people make a mistake here. That is not the point we're looking at. That is not the point we're looking at, and nor are these. The only point we're interested in is the one between these two lines, which is here. So again, we can draw a vertical line through that cross. Nice thick line. That's lamppost number 2. Hope you managed to get that right. Now then, I want to do the same thing between 3 and 5. Again, think about it. People sometimes get confused, but think about what you've already done. So we're going to go from the bottom of 5, from top of 5 to the bottom of 3, and again from the bottom of 5 up to the top of 3. It's not very good. There we go. And again, we don't worry about this line here. We're worried about that there. So again here, nice strong vertical line. That's lamppost number 4. Now can you see how as it goes away from you, the space gets smaller and smaller and smaller. The lampposts themselves get smaller and smaller. And again, can you just see how much sharper that line is, which is because they're much higher than you are compared to the ground level. Okay, so that's the start of it. Hopefully, because if you kept these lines nice and thin, the lamppost will show up even more, as will the spaces in between. So I'm just going to save wasting paper. I'm going to turn over the page. And now I'm going to draw my eye level higher up the page. So again here, a horizontal line. Again, this is stronger than you to make it. I want a vanishing point either end. You'll see why shortly. Now, somewhere along this line, but not in the middle, I want you to draw a vertical line down. Keep it light at the moment. Again, you'll understand why. Now, then, again, this is not important, but to draw a line from the vanishing point here to that vertical line. The same the other way round to the other vanishing point. Do the same again. Again, it doesn't matter how far down it is, but again, draw a line down. It's just purely an exercise so you can see what happens when you come to actually do something for real, as it were. Then you need to be a bit more careful. So we've now got these lines done. Now we're going to do 2 more vertical lines. One, again, we're not worried about exactly where it is, but this can be nice and thick. And again over here, make this a space between here and here bigger than between there and there. Then you can thicken up these lines. Now don't forget that in reality these are supposed to be horizontal lines and these are vertical lines. So you've got this nice sort of V shape going on. Now then, I want you to draw a line from this corner to your vanishing point over there. Again, keep it light. I'm going to be dark so you can see it. And from here up to there. And what I want to do is strengthen the lines up here and here. Now then, can you see what you've drawn? You've drawn a box. And what's your relationship to the box? The box is below your eye level. You can tell that by the horizontal lines are all going up towards your eye level. And also you can see the top of the box there. Now I'm going to turn this upside down. Now look. Doesn't it look as though the boxes are floating through the air? Excuse my sneeze. I do beg your pardon. Can you see that these lines are now going downhill? And that tells you that it's above your eye level. So horizontal lines above your eye level tell you that things are above your eye level. When it's the other way round, it tells you that the objects are below your eye level because the horizontal lines are going away but uphill. I'm going to show you a couple of photographs. They're quite big so you can hopefully understand them. These are pictures of lanes in a place called Robin Hood's Bay. I bet quite a lot of you might have been there in the past. Very popular place for visitors. Now this one, you can see I'm looking uphill. And how do you know I'm looking uphill? Look at the angles here. And can you also see this is very sharp? And all these lines all come together and they come to a point here. And there's a line down here which you can't see very well, but there's the bottom of the door which comes up to here. And they all meet at the same place. That's the vanishing point for this building. And where they come together, that is my eye level of where I was standing. So I was really quite low down when I took the photograph. You can see up here that the angles changed. You can see more of the sides of the building. That's quite, you can see that's very sharp. I'm standing really with the building right next to me. These ones are further away from me, and you can see that again, as I go this way, all these lines will still land up eventually on your eye level. On this occasion, you can see a bit of the roofs, but you cannot see the roofs of these buildings. And you can only see very little bits of roofs of these ones here as well, because it's above your eye level. So everything above here, all the horizontal lines are going downhill, whereas if we could see more of the hill down here, they would be going uphill. So there's that one, but then there's another one here, a bit more complicated. This building, sideways onto you almost. Can you see how narrow the windows look? Again, it's the thing that happens. These three windows are all exactly the same size, but look how narrow they get as they go away from you. I drew horizontal lines from the roof and the tops and bottoms of the windows and the door, and look what happens. They all come to the same spot. That is my eye level. So here I'm higher up, I'm looking down. These bits of building here, if they were just on flat ground, they'd be as high as this building here. But because they're going away from me and they're going downhill, you can now see more roof. You can see also, can you see that these distances between these windows here and here is greater in comparison to these here, because the building is going round the corner. The horizontal lines are not going to there, they're going much further over here onto my eye level. And again, because the gutter is below my eye level, but the ridge of the roof is above, the ridge of the roof is a gentle slope down, whereas here these gradually get sharper and sharper. You can see how sharp those ones are. So that tells me the relationship that I have with the buildings, and you can see how again here, although the picture, as it were, is going up the page, but you can sort of see that it's actually going, in reality, is going downhill. You're looking at something that's going down, and you're being told that by what these lines are doing. So your relationship to the world around you is based on your eye level and how you relate to horizontal lines that make up buildings and whatever, roads and all sorts of things as well. So hopefully you'll open your eyes and see more of what's going on around you and begin to understand your relationship, and will help you to look and help you to draw. Now what we're going to do next is for lesson number 6 and probably number 7 and possibly number 8, we're going to do a painting of a building which is a fisherman's hut at a village called Walberswick, which is opposite Southwold on the east coast. It's quite a well-known building. It's where the ferry goes across the river. So next time we'll start laying that picture out. So it's goodbye for now and see you soon.